In other words, the success factor.
Sure. I also want to point out that the CEO of ASML also said that controls will have little impact on him because the highest fabs will move out of China if they need to go elsewhere, which frankly is not a bad thing. And of course, our controls on the highest end chips use foreign direct product rule. So it would be hard for any place outside of China to sell back to China without a violation of the foreign direct product rule. As far as what's the success rate? Of course, the success rate since October 7th, you tell me. But over time, I think we're going to be somewhat successful for a period of time. I wouldn't, the Chinese are going to get innovative. They're going to do what you just asked me about, Greg. They're going to figure out how to build indigenous. It's very hard. And so they'll be impeded in doing that for some period of time. That is insufficient to protect our national security, right? So what we talk about in commerce, and if you listen to Secretary Raimondo's China speech last week, if you get a transcript of that, she didn't exactly use these words, but we talk about offense and defense. I'm on the defense side, but there needs to be an offense side. CHIPS Act in the chip space is one of the tools for the offense side. So we need to invest in innovation in the United States. My defense colleagues, who I was just sitting with out at Reagan, had this discussion as well. They need to invest in developing the next generation capability for defense needs. Just from an economic standpoint, our nation needs to start thinking about what the best levels and how we're going to generate the best capability from an economic standpoint. And companies, that's what capitalism is so good at doing, is driving that. So we will impede the Chinese for a number of years. If we play offense properly, that gap will get bigger because we're innovating at the same time we're impeding them to get to Sullivan's degrade capability.
If I could follow on to that, from the offense, and I completely agree with you on that, how will we handle those either from Taiwan or from China who have been working in China who wish to come and do their research and work in the United States? That talent pool, what is our policy on the offense side?
Yeah, you're stretching my BIS limits on that to answer that question. Obviously, it is a very complicated question, especially with researchers from China, from other nations, different issues related to that. But all research is not done in the United States that is good research. Let me go there. So certainly we need to have an innovative capacity in the United States.
Yes.
We do need an immigration policy that feeds that innovation capacity in the United States, as well as our own indigenous growth. But we also need to work with allies on that.
But it's
Thank
on
you, and
it's on
thank you
you
for
to
your service.
determine deemed export licenses, which some of these would need, right?
And obviously we would look at who they are, what they are.
Are you doing that now? Are you granting any now to Chinese?
Again, very complicated, not what I really want to dig into right now.
All right.